Alright, I'm going to give gaming and face cam a try here. I'm going to play mini Motorways. Yesterday we got fiber optic internet, so I am able to upload a video 1,000 times faster than I could before. I think Warsaw is my favorite map to play, so I'm going to give it a shot, see how it goes. I play on a MacBook Pro using the touchpad. The only disadvantage I find is that it's through Apple Arcade, so you have to have a monthly subscription to play it. You can't just buy it outright from the Steam store for Mac. Probably one of the best games of all time. I find that if you keep it at single speed, your chances of not losing once the shops gain demand is much greater. The name of the game in mini Motorways is to keep everything as segregated as possible at all times. Don't be afraid to redraw your roads to meet your current needs. Shortest possible path for each of the houses is the most ideal. But even more important is the fact that you don't want houses of different color to cross paths if possible. If they have to cross paths, use a roundabout. I will speed up at the very beginning here. In this map, you want to choose bridges if possible. Also, something like that. With these yellows over here, you want the long road to be at the top rather than at the bottom, because at the bottom it will create an intersection, and at the top it's the last one in the line, so it doesn't create an intersection. I don't do any sort of blocking for spawns. I just let the spawns come where they may, and it works for me. Early in the game, the demand is low enough you won't need to use all of the tiles, all of the buildings to meet demand. This road will be significantly shorter. The least waste possible. With the speed of the game turned up, I pause a lot when I get a new building That way you don't get houses spawning in places you don't want them. Like I said, don't be afraid to redraw your roads. This way I have room to expand if more yellow houses apply themselves out here. I'm still playing at 3 times speed, although once I get many more buildings I will slow it down. Since I already have one bridge, I'm going to take a motorway. I don't need it at this time, but you never know when you'll get a blue house over here and then the shop over here. The reason I just edited that is because now where these shops or where these houses come into the main road, it doesn't create an intersection. Previously it would have created an intersection. There it is. There's the blue shop and the blue house. All the way across the map. I don't like it when there's a sharp turn right there at the end. Alright, I'm going to pause this. And for the time being, I am going to combine this. The demand will not be so high that the traffic will get all bound up. So if you keep all your roads where they directly connect, then you will not have intersections and the cars will not slow down nearly as much. You slow down to 2 times speed, starting to get a lot of shots at once. Alright. Always take another motorway. Alright, so I'm going to draw my motorway from here to here. Remove that connection. Connect to it. So even though these are the same color, I still separate them when possible. That just helps you know which houses are going to go to which shop and whether they can fulfill the demand of that shop. So the longer the road, the more houses will be needed. I don't have any roundabouts or bridges, so for a temporary solution, I'm going to just connect right here. And that'll bring some of these gray houses up. Long-term solution, when I get another bridge, I'm going to go here with it. And in this case, I will pre-draw that road. That way, no pinks can spawn right here and block my path for later. And while the blue is still relatively small demand, I am going to, let's see. I think I'm going to choose a roundabout. I have need for one here, and then I'll get more road tiles. As I was saying, the blue shop doesn't have high demand yet, so I am going to redraw this. I think that's probably good. So that'll use up all of the blue houses. And do that. That splits up the traffic a little bit. And in this roundabout, I'm going to go like this. It puts the road here, and then there's spawnable area to the left. Alright. Redraw the pink for the demand there, and then take this pink here. Give 2 to that one, 2 to this one, and then 4 to that one. Oops. It's Saturday, I'm going to just let that ride for a little bit. Hopefully I'll get a bridge at the end of the week. And if so, I'll be able to connect right there. No bridge, but I did get a motorway. So I'll temporarily use the motorway like this. Wait a week and then hopefully be able to use a bridge. I'm going to temporarily continue this blue road here. It'll use this roundabout and connect here. Alright, I'm out of road tiles. Pause this. Borrow back these grays. And I'll borrow back these yellows. No houses can actually spawn right next to these shots, so that will work out. I'm gonna have to use a steep angle, but that'll work. And then I'm gonna move this blue up here and connect it to the roundabout. Most of the demand will be filled by these two for now. So that will solve my problem for now. Alright, I'm going to redraw this cream color. We have to steal more roads. Steal this cream color, get them into the roundabout without sharing this blue road. Right now these two are supplying all of the demand for both blue shots until this highway redraws itself. This is my first time recording face cam and playing a game. I don't know how the sound quality will be. But we just recently got fiber optic internet yesterday, so I now have the capacity to upload a video without taking hours and hours. So I'm going to give it a shot. If it works out well, then I will probably get a microphone. I suppose we'll choose road tiles and redraw temporary roads that we had on. Those. That. Right. Right. What I'm going to do is redraw the yellow over here. That'll give more room, hopefully, for blues to spawn here. You can't always control where they spawn, but sometimes you can help it out a little bit. That shot should, oh, we got a second one in here. So I'm not going to connect this because it will create an intersection here. But if we get several spawning down here, then that will be a much shorter distance than Highway 2. Drawing it this way, there's no intersections there. That's all the demand this house will ever need. Finally got a bridge. So let's see. Let's pause this. Let's connect these together and put this here. Now we don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. So all of these blues are now feeding these two blue shops. These four are sufficient for the big blue shop there. So let's bring I'm going to get rid of this bridge here, connect into this road, and now I'm going to create a bridge here, and then the grays will be fed from these three down here, and the cream will be fed from over here. The gray and cream will share this road for now. I think that's probably the best way to do it for now. Redrawing some roads here. I'm going to connect these cream in with the gray, like this. Now these will feed up into here. The demand for these four will be nearly 0. I have 26 roads, so I'm going to take the motorway. So I'm going to redraw those. I'll leave the single connected in. There's no good way to connect it down here. So now I have 3. Let's keep that one. And connect it here. All right. So since this shop just increased demand, I'm going to use my motorway here. This. All right. So now this shop has 2, 4, 3 extra, and then 3 down here. I'll give it 6, which should fulfill the demand just fine. Let's connect this pink in. That's the longest road you can have without an intersection there. Those two meet directly. Alright, so these 4 grays are going directly here. We don't need this necessarily anymore. I'm going to redraw it though, one tile over. Let's get our bridge. We need a bridge. Here's a disadvantage of deleting things. So right here's the best place I can put it now. Here's that. We can connect that in. Yes. These two yellows will use the same road now. They won't actually leave their house unless the demand for this one raises enough to use all of these, which isn't likely at the current time, but it may happen later. We actually have our bridge now. I'm going to use it here. Get rid of that motorway. I'm going to choose a roundabout. And since these creams come into these grays here, they could use a roundabout. Where two colors are combining, that's the best solution. So now instead of an intersection, we have a roundabout. That also gives us the option of running a cream line up here, connecting into this shot if demand raises so much that it's necessary. All of these grays are going up here. It would be nice if a couple were coming down here. So let's see, I could actually do this. If I do that, then I can draw a motorway here and actually share some of the grays down here with this shop as demand is increasing. It only has those three. Choose a bridge. actually thinking I may combine these paints with these paints together with a roundabout if I get another one. And then I'll be able to run this gray over here to share the demand a little bit more. Let's see any improvements I can make at this point. Let me know if you see anything. Okay. That here. Just approaching 2,000 trips made. I don't see any glaring flaws, but I would like, let's see, we got 4, 5, 6 grays. Some are taking Highway 3. So I am going to pause this real quick. I'm going to redraw the grays up here. And then redraw the blues. Like that. That. And that will give more grace to this shot here. And hopefully I'll be able to snag some more for this side shortly. That removes this intersection. Alright, so I'm going to dedicate this gray up here. That gives room for more to spawn down here, and it removes that weird intersection. There we go. Another one spawned down here. This one will only go up here because it's the shortest route it could possibly take. Shorten the path for those a little bit. I'm going to pause this, redraw this road, this. That adds this yellow. Excuse me. Now make use of this yellow over here. The demand on this one is pretty high. So. That also gives room for a couple more to spawn right here. A lot of time at this point, this shop here is the one that gains the most need for more houses, and there's just no way to add them. Right now I have 5 houses attached. Make it 6. I'm going to start taking some traffic lights later in the game. Wherever there's an intersection being added, it's always best to have a couple of stoplights, and if I find a spot where it makes sense to use one, I'll show you. Just doing what I can to remove intersections. So the intersection is here. So this light just helps with this intersection here, and it actually does help a little bit. Let's see, I need some more yellow. I had one not connected. Hopefully that one is enough. I think what I'll do, these two are not being used. I'm going to connect them to this network here and connect. No, I can't do that. If I connect that network, that would be bad. Let's see. How about I connect this bridge over here, like that, and then I steal let's steal a couple more yellows. Alright, since the demand is so high, I'm going to remove this road altogether. And I just got this motorway, so I'm going to connect it here. I'm going to reconnect these yellows. And so those 3. Hopefully that'll be enough. So now we've got all these yellows feeding this one. Motorway connected to this one. See if that's enough. We got a bit of a pinch point here. I don't know if it'll resolve itself or not. not much I can do at this point. I can't take away Highway 5 and move it to a different spot because it would break the system when the demand is this high. That just doesn't work. So what I'm doing here with these blues is just pointing them in the same direction just in case I get another motorway. I could attach them to any blue that has more demand. Alright, so this gray is needing more. Even though I don't have a roundabout, I'm going to attach these pinks all to the same network. And this will give me more grays. Well, I do have a roundabout now. So I'm going to place that. I can't place it anywhere I actually want it, so I'm not going to use it. So these three grays are going up here now. That will eliminate a lot of the demand from up top. I'm going to I can't fit a roundabout, so I'm just going to create an intersection there. That way all of these that's risky. I'd like to move this up here and be able to connect this cream down here, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. I'm going to add all these to the same road. Get rid of this. None of these will create intersections. And now I'm going to attach this one and this one. Yeah. All of these demands are getting really high, so anything I can do to get more shops up there, that's the best. Alright, so I've got plenty up there. I'm going to attach this one together as well. Some of these were not being used and they're very close. Well, that's convenient. We got a motorway. Let's see. This blue here has the most demand currently. Now this gray. It's hard to say. I'm going to add looks like I'm going to lose. Yep. 38.63. Not quite my best. Yeah, that's mini motorways, 38 Suzuki.